What is the ethics of high frequency trading in your mind?
We are selling to willing buyers at the current fair market price.
What are the ethics of high frequency trading? It feels like high frequency trading is not adding value to people.
It's obvious that high-frequency trading is a natural consequence of capitalism.
Yes.
Here's a question. Let me
Okay.
ask you a question to you.
Sure.
Why would a capitalist system
Yeah.
that is designed around creating value
Yeah.
do something that costs more than it produces in value?
It costs more than it produces in value. It wouldn't.
Is it ethical to go on Robinhood and buy and sell stocks?
It is, yeah, I would say it is ethical.
Well, then, is it ethical to do so with a computer program you wrote?
Yes.
Is it ethical to do that really quickly?
I can't say no.
Computers are fast. Computers do everything really quickly.
Yeah. I can't say no. I have to say yes. But but I guess that kind of answers the question.
There you are. That's high-frequency trading.
Right. It's fascinating how fundamentally, because what we did is we started, it was just like trading, as a retail investor on Robinhood. And the reason I say that's not unethical is because the point of a fluid market and capital allocation is to find the right price of goods and services. And that is the engine of wealth creation and economic prosperity for the world. Mm-hmm. So I understand that.
But at the same time, high-frequency trading creates less value than it destroys.
Right.
So it is ethical to be a high-frequency trader because capitalism is about creating wealth, and high-frequency trading destroys wealth.
Well, it destroys wealth up to a point. It doesn't destroy more wealth than it creates.
Oh, it totally destroys more wealth than it creates.
Why does it destroy more wealth than it creates?
The only person who can sell time on a fiber optic cable from Chicago to New York is the person with the fastest cable. If you have the second fastest cable, it's not worth anything.
Right.
A massive, super expensive cable stretches between New York and Chicago. Or technically they sell in data centers in Secaucus, New Jersey, but people pretend they sell in New York because, New Jersey. Gross. New Jersey and Chicago, for a while, have been connected by a high-speed internet via fiber optic cable, but that fiber optic cable isn't in a straight line, mainly because it runs into the Allegheny Mountains in West Virginia and has to sort of snake between them. If I want a faster connection, I'd have to make the cable shorter, but what am I gonna do? Build a perfectly straight 827-mile tunnel all the way from Chicago to New Jersey, boring through mountains and under rivers so I can lay a single 1.5-inch thick piece of fiber optic cable across the eastern United States? Yep. I want my risk-free pennies, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. At least it is if my name is Dan Spivey, founder of Spread Networks, which spent $300 million hiring a crew of 2,000 to dig a hole from Chicago to New Jersey. Using this cable, instead of 16 milliseconds for information to go from Chicago to Jersey, it takes just under 13. That's a difference of 3 milliseconds, or about $100 million per millisecond.
Suppose you build a cable that can get signals in 1 millisecond.
Okay.
You've created a bit of value.
Yep.
Now suppose that I create a cable that can get there in 0.9999 milliseconds.
Yep.
Suddenly, all of your customers go to me.
Right.
People don't subscribe to me because I'm fast. They subscribe to me because I'm faster than you. And then maybe someone else goes and builds one that's 9998 milliseconds. And then I lose all of my customers and they get them instead.
But the value that's being transferred from the amount that each customer makes isn't more every time it goes from you to your competitor.
Correct. The gain is negligible. The value I extracted didn't come, a tiny, tiny microscopic amount of it came from creating value.
Right.
But most of the value from building this cable was already gained, and it was simply allocated to me instead of allocated to you.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That does make a lot of sense. Right. The whole point of high frequency trading is arbitraging the difference in where one thing is valued at one place versus another place in a very abstract or higher level sense, right? Or that's
Yes.
one strategy.
In an abstract sense, all of it is that.
Right. And so that delta is the total possible value you could even get.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not you facilitate that delta to me or someone else facilitates it doesn't change how much of that I could get. Or to your point, it's microscopically different.
I'm going to oversimplify right now and say yes.
Right. Okay.
We're talking about idealized high-frequency trading. Actual high-frequency trading can get a bit nastier than that.
it's actually a net negative value for the total economy because
For the total, not the total economy,
Right.
for humanity.
for humanity, the value that humanity gets.
Yes,
right?
because
Right.
because building that fiber optic cable
Right.
cost more in resources than
Right.
the benefit to humanity as a whole.
Well, I thought if one guy built it, then it's maybe okay. But the problem is because
Because
And
the thing is the guy
people
didn't
built
build
this.
it. The guy didn't build it to create value for people.
Yeah.
The guy did it to allocate value to himself.
yeah,
Okay, so here's the thing. There's two types of value. There's value creation and there's value distribution.
yeah,
Value creation makes humanity as a whole more wealthy.
yes,
Value redistribution does not. If we start a business that repairs cars,
sure,
and those cars wouldn't have been repaired without us,
yeah,
we're creating value.
yeah,
But if I build a business that's slightly closer to the city center, then yes, I'm creating value because I'm closer to the city center.
yeah,
But I've also created a situation that redistributes value from your car repair shop that's slightly further out.
Right.
So some of the money I get is from value creation
Yeah.
because it is nicer to be closer to the city center.
yeah.
But some of the value I get is redistributed from my competitor.
As redistributed to the consumer.
No, redistributed. The consumer, when the consumer pays me instead of paying you,
Right.
that's value redistributed from you to me on a systemic level.
But the net amount the consumer pays is the same amount.
Yeah, and they get a
Right.
little bit more value because they're a little closer to the city center.
Right.
But the amount of money I get isn't that little amount.
Yeah.
It's that little amount plus everything that was reallocated from you to me.
Right. Fascinating. Okay. That makes sense.
Anytime you start a business,
Yep.
some of your profit is going to be from value creation.
Yep.
And some of your profit, or value destruction actually, there's some net negative businesses. Oh, here's an example. Using chlorine gas
Yep.
on the fields of France
Yep.
is value destruction. But the companies manufacturing chlorine gas made money.
Yes.
So it is possible in a capitalist system to make money even while you're destroying value, as long as the value allocation to you
Right.
goes up by sufficient amounts and the value destruction is on someone else
Right. But humanity as a whole is net loss of value
because of the chlorine gas.
because
yeah.
of chlorine gas. But the individual who created the chlorine gas individually didn't create value; they accrued value
They accrued value.
as a redistribution.
Yeah. When you're just an ordinary Robinhood trader,
Yeah.
you're not paying really close attention to the millisecond details.
Yeah.
And the market operator isn't either for different reasons.
Okay.
And because of that, there's arbitrage opportunities.
Yeah.
And whoever gets to the arbitrage opportunity fastest
Yeah.
gets all of the money. So you end up in a race to the bottom where different high frequency trading firms will spend lots and lots of money to beat the other high frequency trading firms
To get the same pot.
to get the same pot.
Yeah.
And the more they spend to win that race, the more value has been expended by humanity
Yeah.
to grab that one little bit,
Yeah.
to grab that pot.
Yeah. So the total strategy is a net wealth destruction, you're saying, for humanity.
The high frequency trading industry is
Yes.
net wealth destruction for humanity. Yes.
Yes. I see what you're saying. Okay. So then okay, I'm with you there. That makes sense. You said that earlier. I didn't understand it, but now I do.
Yes.
So you were kind of teeing up a contradiction where you're saying that, but then I also position myself as that. Well, a computer trading fast is trading with a computer unethical? No. Is a fast computer trading unethical? No.
So maybe high frequency trading is just ethical, even though it destroys value.
So that part seems wrong, right? So
Why is it wrong?
Right.
It seems wrong. Is it wrong? That's the question.
that is a question, right? So that's a question, right? We've determined that high frequency trading is wealth destruction, and we've also backed our way into it's also ethical. So why this doesn't seem right? Because what this would somehow equate then is that wealth destruction is ethical, and that statement seems wrong. Wealth destruction does not seem ethical. It seems like it would be unethical to destroy wealth. Humanity's wealth, right? Not just individual. Humanity's net wealth.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's obviously ethical to write a computer program to trade stocks, but it's obviously unethical to destroy value. Writing a computer program to trade stocks is obviously ethical, but destroying value is obviously unethical, but those are the same thing. We have a contradiction. That's where we're at.
That is where we're at. Yes. Yes. That is where we're at.
Isn't this fun?
I do love this.